here. Let's talk about games happened on Thursday night. Only 3 games, so we have some time to talk about just some minor news. The biggest news I would say is the Grizzlies getting their next 3 games canceled. So that obviously sucks. If you own Ja Morant, if you own JJJ, it's good. He should be back. I wouldn't be all surprised if he plays the next game. And if you own guys like Dylan Brooks, I think it's a perfect time to drop him. If you are in a close matchup this week, you gotta drop him. You just have to drop him. And Dylan Brooks has been rough shooting the ball, and JJJ comes back, he's gonna eat up all the usage. He might still take 12, 13 shots a game, but the upside is no longer there. He can no longer pop off for 25 points. If he pops off, he probably scores 17, 18. On a normal day, he's gonna score maybe 12, 13 points. Right? There's no point holding on to him. So let's talk about the first game. It's the game of the night. The Lakers beat Milwaukee Bucks. It's pretty obvious that LeBron versus other teams, he's just coasting, right? And if they play a team like Milwaukee, he's just gonna go out hard. 34 points, but took 25 shots. Yeah, that's what you know. He's still very good. He's just not trying at the moment, which hurts your fantasy throughout the season. Right, he's still getting the points, rebound, assists, but just not getting the steals and blocks. And those counting stats, the volumes are not as high as back when he was trying hard, trying to get for the MVP. Still overall very, very strong game. Even made 6 threes, which is really scary. And Anthony Davis, still the free throw line. I'm not sure exactly what happened with AD over the summer. He's been struggling on the free throw line. He was in the playoffs. Don't know if you guys remember. He would just go for 11 for 11, 10 for 10 every game. Now, let me check his free throw this year real quick. His free throw has been down very rarely this season, and his rebound wasn't great last year, so that's understandable. But his scoring is also down. I don't think AD is not trying. So it might be a good buy low. He's shooting 72% from the free throw line this season, which really hurts his value. He should, in my eyes, he's still a top 3 player. But if the free throw continues and low scoring continues, he might just be maybe a top 10 player. We will have to see. He did take 18 shots though. Got you those 6 assists is nice. The defensive stats are there. But if you drafted AD expecting, scoring 25 points a night, and a great free throw, he's not really giving you that at the moment. Marcus saw 18 minutes, not too worried about him. While KCP continue his hot shooting, 7 for 10, hit 7 threes, but he only gave you threes and nothing else. And he's been shooting the ball well, sure. So if you want to stream him, want to get those threes in high efficiency, you can go for it. But he might just have a stinker in the next game. Dennis Schroeder, he's close to drop territory. The problem with him is he gave you some scoring and some assists, nothing else really. Got you two steals here, but his negative columns is also the field goal and the turnover, high turnover and low field goal. Sorry. So if your team needs a little bit of assist and a little bit of scoring, you can keep it. Otherwise, you drop him, right? Because you probably need field goal. You probably want good turnover, low turnover numbers. Kyle Kuzma not too interesting. Montrezl Harrell played 26 minutes. He's not gonna have eye-popping stats due to the low minute, and the usage just will never be high ever. Took 7 shots here, 12 or 15. The Lakers as a whole, they're playing super well at the moment. So in the Western Conference right now, it's them and the Clippers. And LeBron is not trying hard most of the games. The Lakers got really deep this season. I don't know, if this... It'll be interesting to see what happens if they do play the Nets in the finals. On the Bucks side, Giannis, 25 points, 9 turnover. Didn't really give you a lot of defensive stats. 1 block, only 12 rebound, 3 assists. But okay game from Giannis. While Chris Middleton, he's hot shooting, somewhat cooled off. Shot 40% here, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. He's gonna be a top 30 guy, but I believe he can. I mean, he's not gonna shoot this well all season, but he can. He will still put up respectable efficiency numbers and get you close to 20 points, maybe 5 rebound and 3-4 assists. He's not a good big steals guy. He was a couple years back, but he hasn't been that guy, and he's not a big blocks guy. So he's more of an efficient player. And if your team is not efficient, he is, the counting stats he gave you, like Russell Westbrook give you twice as much, right? But the Westbrook's ranking is probably lower because he hurts you so much in those efficiency categories. But if you don't need his efficiency, Chris Middleton is a top 30 player, fit your team really well. Brook Lopez, just 2 blocks and 1 3. That's really all you can ask from Lopez. He won't give you any assist or very low steals. A little bit scoring, a little bit 3, and a little blocks. Blocks is the most valuable category in fantasy. So that's why if you look at the rankings, if a guy has a high block number, the ranking is really skewed. So if you don't value blocks, and blocks is the most variance, has probably the highest variance out of all the categories. Obviously, steals is also up there. Jrue Holiday, 22 points, pretty good game. Only 1 steal. He's been averaging 2, so we'll see like what his steal number is going to be like moving forward. I don't think he'll average 2, but we'll see. 7 assists, pretty strong game from him. Took 18 shots, interestingly. Bobby Portis, no. He was playing somewhat okay, getting you enough points and rebounds. At this point, yeah, you can forget about him. The next game is the New Orleans Pelicans and the Jazz. Jazz has been playing really well. I believe they won 7 straight, led by Donovan Mitchell. Jazz, every single year, they do well in the regular season. We'll just see how, at this point, you just want to see, they go deep in the playoffs. Go try to get to the conference semifinals. I don't think they will do that. The New Orleans Pelicans, Brandon Ingram, yeah, the scoring is there. It might be a good buy low on Brandon Ingram. I just remember he hasn't had a good game in a while now, and his rebound and assist has been so low and not giving you any defensive stats. So it just feels like really empty, like a Devin Booker. He should give you more rebound and assist. To start off the season, he gave the first game. I remember he had like 10 assists. It just fell off. 1 steal, 0 block. He's not a good big defensive guy, anyways, but he scores in good efficiency. Zion Williamson, it's the same brother of Brandon Ingram in fantasy. 27 points, but pretty empty line. Other than the good efficiency, surprisingly hit 80% his free throws, but nothing else. Just really empty line from Zion. I guess Jazz, they just don't turn the ball over that much. I don't know. But other guys on this team getting the steals. Steven Adams, 20 monster game, right? If you're counting like the guard stats, he give you a huge boost in rebound and field goal. Most nights give you a pretty good field goal because he's against Rudy Gobert. So that's understandable. 3 assists, a steal and a block. Really strong game. Adams has, find himself a really nice role. He grab you a lot of rebounds, and he's a pretty good steals guy for a center. Give you not a big blocks guy, some field goal. That's good enough. Eric Bledsoe, 28 minutes, 8 point. He's not gonna have those high scoring games. Like his ceiling, if he's having a good game, he's gonna give you 15, 16 points. Right? Very, very rarely he'll ever get you 20 points. So he'll probably score 12, 13 points, average throughout the season, 12, 13 points. Give you some assists and some steals, which is okay. It's like, if you put up this stat line every game, obviously you hold him because the 2 steals, but it's getting tough. And very weirdly, I guess Lonzo Ball is still trying to come back from the injury. Only 27 minutes here, no defensive stats, only 5 assists. Yeah, hopefully Lonzo can pick it up. He had a few good games to start off the season, just kind of fell off. While with Lonzo Ball getting higher minutes, Nickeil Alexander-Walker just not enough minutes. Maybe he's not playing well this game. He is a +8 though. So some nights he'll get 25, some nights he'll get 20. You can't stream this guy, but that's about it. And on the Utah Jazz side, Donovan Mitchell was really strong game. 36 points. His shooting, once his shooting comes back, he's gonna put up big stats, like big scoring. 6 threes, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Really strong game from him. 7 rebounds and 5 assists. They're all nice. Still waiting for his steals to come back. And I don't think they will come back this season. It's just maybe the way he changed the way he plays, how he plays defense. Gambles way less, so getting less steals. We don't know. Mike Conley continue his strong campaign. 20 points, 6 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Great efficiency. Took 14 shots, third most on the team. Really nice from Mike Conley. While Bogdanovic got 2 steals, he's not even gonna give you one steal. Most nights, 16 points. The other than 2 steals is really empty line. I talked about him many times this year. Jordan Clarkson is gonna outperform him in fantasy. Jordan Clarkson had 19 points and also 2 steals. Nothing else really. Rudy Gobert is a really strong game. 4 blocks is really strong, and high field goal, a double-double. Royce O'Neal, you can stream him if you need those high rebound and some defensive stats and good efficiency. That's it on the Jazz side. Let's talk about the last game of the night. The New York Knicks and Golden State Warriors. The Knicks Knicks are they're too good this season. Surprisingly beating a lot of good teams. It's not like they got all their wins over bad teams. They're beating some good teams. Very interesting, this squad. Mitchell Robinson was in some kind of foul trouble for fouls. Scored 18 points here, destroying the Warriors inside. 18 and 8, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Just give you consistent 1 steal, 1 or 2 steals and 2 or 3 blocks every single game, right? And Nerlens Noel also playing well, blocked 4 shots and grabbed 11 rebounds. If you own Mitchell Robinson and I think it makes sense for you to, and you want those stocks, it makes sense for you to pick on Nerlens Noel. From time to time, Mitchell Robinson is going to be in foul trouble, and Nerlens Noel can come in and just give you those right back, to you. But most nights, Nerlens Noel playing 15 minutes with just not enough minutes. They are splitting the center minutes, and it's just not enough. Don't think Mitchell Robinson is going to play 27 minutes every night. Sometimes you play 35. Emmanuel Quickly, you can't forget about him. Drop him. He had a good 3-game stretch, just been playing like shit. Not necessarily, he's just not getting enough minutes. Sorry. Alfred Payton getting 37. Yeah, you can pick him up. Playing 37 minutes a night, you just kind of have to. 5 assists and steal is nice. 15 points also nice. Well, RJ had a career night. 28 points is a career high. Good efficiency. RJ is interesting. Good efficiency. No steals. He grabbed a lot of rebounds. He had like 15, 16 rebounds last game. Only 2 here. The minutes are there, so some weeks he'll just lose you free throw, right? Just lose you free throw by having a 5 for 10 game, and sometimes he will lose you field goal by shooting 2 for 15. That just can't. It's like a ticking time bomb. It can happen anytime. So if you like to gamble or you're punting those efficiencies, sure. The volume stats are there. Randall, the wheels are falling off a little bit. I don't know. He had a really rough game earlier this week. Scoring wise, really struggled from the field. This game, he only took 11 shots. Did get 9 assists though. So maybe Randall is getting tired. Just gonna try to facilitate a little bit more. Still 16 points, 9 assists is really monster line. 7 for 7. I think Randall is gonna fall off. He's a top 40 player at the moment. He's not historically. He's not a good free throw shooter guy either, and he doesn't really get those defensive stats. The ranking is so high; it's just purely those counting stats. I would try to trade him for an actual top 40 player, right? Let's see if some of the good trading target for Randall. Like if you can get like Fred Murray doesn't give you those rebounds, but if you can get like a Porzingis, right? You close your eyes and do it. Or DeRozan, or just or let's look at any top 40 player that's been underperforming maybe. Like I would trade him for Sabonis, even though I think Sabonis is gonna cool down as well. I really know. So when Randall starts cooling off, his point is gonna go lower. His free throw, gonna field goal, gonna hurt you, right? His ranking drops huge, right? Huge, because high volume guys like him, once they're shooting cruise off it, and especially he's shooting really well at the free throw line. Sometimes if he gets tired, he just starts trolling you on the free throw. His ranking fall off by a lot. So just be careful if you're holding Randall. Try to trade him. I would absolutely try to trade him. And the last team we're gonna talk about today is the Golden State Warriors. Kelly Oubre Jr. Yeah, buy low on this guy. He's shown flashes earlier this week. The defensive stats and the rebound are there. It's just the shooting. It will come back, I believe. And the volume is there. He shot 11 times. The minutes, everything is there. He just need as soon as his shot starts falling, that's it. He's 0 for 4. He made, let's say, 1.5 threes, right? That's 5 more points, 12 points, and then just make an extra two or three field goal attempts. That's like 14 points already, right? And 1 steal, 1 block is really good. You just have to hold on to this guy and try to buy low on him. Or maybe Draymond Green only playing because Draymond Green got ejected. So maybe once Draymond get off the court, Kelly Oubre just doesn't know what to do anymore. It seems like the Warriors really need Draymond Green. Playing 17 minutes, -8, put up a respectable 3-point, 8 assists and nothing else. Okay, but he's a big assist guy, and give you blocks and steals and rebound. But if you try to trade for Draymond Green, do not. You just have to pump points unless you have like a Bradley Beal or like I don't know who's the highest scoring guy. Like Kevin Durant may not even save you, like, because if you do the math, right? If Kevin Durant did average 30 points, and Draymond is gonna probably average 5-6 points, so between those two guys, those two guys are averaging give you 17 points a game, which is probably slightly above average, right? So such a good high scoring guy, KD, you pair him with Draymond, you like just slightly above average, right? This guy just does not score. He refused to shoot the ball. He did attempted 3 shots in 17 minutes, which is a surprise. But if you're a team that's punting points, it makes sense for you to trade for Draymond because the value on your team goes up significantly. If you have a Draymond Green, sorry. And Steph Curry, really strong game, 30 points. Steph Curry, just so much usage on this team. He's probably in the same situation as Damian Lillard. The next couple of weeks, well, except Steph is in the same situation all season, right? He's by far the number 1 guy. Took 20 shots here, 4 assists, 2 steals, just very strong from Curry. He should be a top 5, top 6 guy going forward. Like at this point, I wouldn't even trade AD. Like if you do AD Steph straight up, depending on what you need. But just pure value, I think AD may not. The free throw, until his free throw and points come back, AD doesn't have the same value as Steph, even though KD give you maybe close to 3 blocks a game, right? AD's numbers at the moment, really, only the steals and blocks are elite. Nothing else is. And Andrew Wiggins had another, great game. Good efficiency, 17 points. He was a -18 though. 1 block, 2 assists, 9 rebounds. Yeah, Wiggins has been playing really well, and nobody else on the Warriors, getting enough usage or interesting fantasy. Anyways, that's it for it. Oh, there's also a trade went down yesterday. It's the Kevin Porter Jr. There was don't know if you guys heard the news. He got really upset that his locker got changed by the Cavs. He didn't play a single game yet, so they just decided to change his locker, give it to Taurean Prince, I believe, and he got really pissed off. And then the Cavs wanted to trade him. Yeah, the news is just I don't know. Maybe the media they wanted to make a bigger deal out of this. I mean, confrontations, I believe, probably happens a lot, and the Cavs, if they do like him, they're not gonna just this one thing gonna trade him, right? The Cavaliers probably wanted to trade his ass anyways, and just have something happen like this. Good excuse to trade him. I don't know, but if in terms of fantasy, it will be interesting to see because he's a young player and Rockets wanted to develop him. So I can see him getting, once he settles in, I can see him getting huge minutes. Nobody else on the Rockets is, a part of their future plan. Like the young core guards, maybe Oladipo. John Wall is not, and he gets hurt all the time. Porter can play as a small forward. So we'll just have to see if he plays 30 minutes. I think it's really worth to roster him. Give you pretty high, decent scoring and some steals. That's it for today. See you guys tomorrow.